What's up, revivalists? How is it going? I hope you're all well today. Today I'm going to revisit my AC/DC collection. I'm going to rank them, so from my least favourite to favourite. So I already went through, showed you like the whole collection, but today I'm going to put them in order. So ranking videos seem to be the most popular thing on my channel, so I thought, I missed out on that first time around, so I thought I'd do that for you now. So I'm going to revisit AC/DC. I'm also going to do an Anthrax one and probably an Aerosmith as well. So yeah, without any further ado, we'll start off with the AC/DC one. So number 16, my least favourite AC/DC album is this one here from 2008, Black Ice, produced by Brendan O'Brien, with Phil Rudd and Cliff Williams. The original Back in Black lineup, not the original lineup, but the Back in Black lineup on drums and bass respectively, and I think it's a bit of a bland album. Rock and Roll Train is an okay track, Skies on Fire is alright, War Machine, too long, no real standout tracks for me, and yeah, just a bit of a disappointing one really, quite a long gap between Stiff Upper Lip and this one, but yeah, 2008 Black Ice, my number 16. Number 15, I've gone for 2014, follow up to that one, which is Rock or Bust, with the lenticular cover. Malcolm Young was in ill health by the time this one came out, so he doesn't actually feature on the album, although I believe that he wrote quite a lot of the stuff, co-wrote quite a lot of the stuff. So Stevie Young, his nephew's on guitar. Yeah, it's a bit of an improvement on Black Ice, probably about half the length as well, which helps. Rock or Bust I think is a decent track. Play Ball's alright. Got some Rock and Roll Thunder. Yeah, Sweet Candy's okay. Mission Control. It's still not their finest hour, but an improvement on Black Ice anyway. So Rock or Bust, my number 15 from 2014. The next one I've gone for is my number 14 pick, which is 1988's Blow Up Your Video. Never a massive fan of this one. It's a bit, hit and miss, I think. Heat Seeker I think is a good track. That's the Way I Want to Rock and Roll is a really good track. And that's about it, to be honest. So after you get through the first two tracks, there's not really. Go Zone's alright. Some Sin for Nothing's okay, but it's pretty drab. Cliff Williams on bass, Simon Wright on drums. But yeah, late 80s AC/DC, number 14, Blow Up the Video. My number 13 pick's another, 1990 this one came out, Razor's Edge. A lot of people saw this as a return to form. I don't really like it particularly. Thunderstruck obviously is a classic track. Fire Your Guns is okay. Money Talks I can't stand. Razor's Edge is just boring. Rock Your Heart Out is just cheese fest. Are You Ready is okay. Got You by the Balls is alright. But yeah, not a great album for me. Nice produced by Vanda and Young, so the classic production team. Chris Slade on drums on this one, so the only plan he actually played drums on. Cliff Williams obviously on the bass. So 1990s Razor's Edge, number 13 for me. Number 12, I've gone for this one, Ball Breaker, produced by Rick Rubin. Nice sound on it actually, I think. Came out in 1995. Phil Rudd back on drums on this one. Cliff Williams on bass, obviously, with the standard Johnson young guitar vocal. Hard as a Rock I think it's a good one. Cover You in Oil, decent track. Ball Breaker, the title track, is good. Boogeyman, it's alright. It's it's not an offensively bad album, but it's just kind of meh. But yeah, nicely produced, decent sound, but yeah, not fantastic for me. So that's number 12, Ball Breaker from 95. Next one I've gone for is 2020's Power Up. So that's at number 11. And yeah, their best album that they've done for quite some time. Way better than Black Ice and Rock or Bust. But yeah, not a bad one, this one. Realise is a good one. Shot in the Dark's decent. Through the Mist of Time, that was the single, that's okay. Witch's Spell, probably the best one on here actually. Money Shot's okay, decent. Wild Reputation, Demon Fire. So yeah, if they finish with this one, at least they finished on a fairly high note. Brian Johnson back in the band, obviously after having the throat surgery and what have you, he couldn't tour, so Axl Rose took over on vocal duties. But yeah, a decent album. Number 11, Power Up. Number from 2020, number 11. Number 10, I've gone for Stiff Upper Lip, which is from 2000. George Young produced this on his own. I think it's the last album he produced of theirs before he passed away. And yeah, I do like this one. Stiff Upper Lip's a great track. Meltdown, Hold Me Back is good. Can't Stand Still, Can't Stop Rock and Roll, probably one of my favourites on the album. Come and Get It, All Screwed Up. Yeah, so produced by George Young, Williams and Rudd on bass and drums. And yeah, not a bad little album, this one. Do enjoy that one. Yeah, from now on they're all albums that I do really enjoy. So Power Up I do enjoy actually, so yeah, all the rest of them are I think really, really good. Number 9, I have gone for Fly on the Wall, which a lot of people don't really enjoy, but I think it's a good album. Heavy. This one produced by Angus and Malcolm, Cliff Williams, Simon Wright on drums. But yeah, I got this when it came out on vinyl, and the production's kind of, well, the vocal production's bad, to be honest with you. The rest of it sounds really good. So the guitars sound really crunchy and heavy. The title tracks are really one of my favourite tracks, certainly of the Brian Johnson era. Shake Your Foundations is good. First Blood's good. Sink the Pink's good. Stand Up is a really cool one. Hell or High Water. Yeah, very enjoyable album actually. If you can get past, say, the ropey vocal, just, I don't know, there's a lot of reverb going on, and Beano doesn't sound great, to be honest, but other than that, superb album, really enjoy that. Fly on the Wall, number 9 from 1985. Number 8, I've gone for Flick of the Switch, which is from 1983, produced by AC/DC. And yeah, another heavy back to basics album really. Rise and Power is a good starter. House is on Fire is really good. The Flick of the Switch is a great title track. Nervous Shakedown, Landslide's a heavy one. Guns for Hire, classic track. Badlands is a really good one as well. Heavy album start to finish actually. Yeah, stripped down production, but sounds good, really raw. Yeah, excellent album, Flick of the Switch. Once again, not highly rated in their discography, but I think it's really good. Certainly a lot better than anything they've done in sort of last few albums. Yeah, number 8, Flick of the Switch, 1983. Right, number 7, Controversy Time, Back in Black. It's a classic album. I'm a bit bored of it now. It's got some great tracks on it, obviously Hell's Bells, Shoot to Thrill, the title track, Rock and Roll, Lake Noise Pollution, Shake a Leg. Good tracks. I will say now that I do prefer obviously the Bon Scott era, so it's no better than any of the Bon Scott albums for me, and it is my second favourite Brian Johnson album. And it's a classic album. I'm not saying it's bad, but there's just yeah, more albums that I prefer. So 1980, Back in Black, number 7 for me. Williams and Rudd, the classic lineup. We have now got number 6. For those about to rock, we salute you. I do prefer this to Back in Black. I think the title track is superb. Put the Finger on You is really, really good. Let's Get It Up's a brilliant track. Inject the Venom's a really nasty, good track. Evil Walks, fantastic. COD, I really like as well. It's a little bit of filler. Breaking the Rules. Actually, Breaking the Rules is pretty cool. Snowball's probably not the greatest one. Night of the Long Nights is, you know, but yeah. But my favourite Brian Johnson album. So spoiler alert: all the rest of them are going to be Bon Scott ones. But yeah, good album this one. So it's number 6 from 1981. For those about to rock, Mutt Lange obviously produced this one as he did with Back in Black. So it's got that kind of really, you know, pristine production. But yeah, good album. Williams and Rudd, bass and drums on this one. And I've got number 5, Powerage, 1978. Excellent album. All of these albums are stunners. First album with Cliff Williams on bass, and Phil Rudd on drums again. Rock and Roll Damnation, Down Payment Blues, Give Me a Bullet, Riff Raff's, you know, mental good track. Sin City I really love. Gone Shooting's really cool. Up to My Neck in You's a real fast rocker. Kicks in the Teeth Again is another one. So yeah, superb album. Number 5, Powerage from 1978. Vander and Young, classic producing team. Number 4, I've got Highway to Hell. Might be a lot of people's number 1. Mutt Lange production once again. Yeah, great album. Remember the first time I heard it, still do very much enjoy it. So just because it's at number 4 does not mean I think it's bad, because I think it's very, very good indeed. But yeah, the title track is, you know, is what it is. Girls Got Rhythm is one of the better tracks on here. Walk All Over You is great. Touch Too Much, probably my favourite on here. Shot Down in Flames is good. Night Prowler, excellent as well. Love Hungry Man. Yeah, great album. But still only at my number 4 with Highway to Hell, but it is a classic. And number 3, I have got their debut international album, High Voltage, which is a conglomeration of the Australian releases of High Voltage and TNT, mostly from TNT to be honest with you. But this one I think is a real underrated gem in their discography. I think it's got so many good tracks on it. Long Way to the Top if you want to rock and roll. It's a 10 out of 10 track. Rock and Roll Singer is a 10 out of 10 track with Jack. Can't knock that one. Live Wire's superb. TNT's a really good one. So the only 2 tracks on here that I think let it down are Can I Sit Next to You Girl and Little Lover, which I think let it down slightly. She's Got Balls and High Voltage. If it took those 2 tracks out and replaced it with something like, I don't know, Jailbreak, then it would be pretty much a perfect album. But yeah, you can't deny the quality. The production's superb from Vander and Young. Obviously you've got Mark Evans, the original bassist on this one, with Phil Rudd. Yeah, you can't deny the quality of the tracks on here. It's absolutely just a banger from start to finish. Even with the 2 tracks which I'm, you know, are my least favourites on here. Very underrated album, High Voltage. That's my number 3. Came out in 1976 in Europe. My number 2, I've got Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap from 1976. Their second international album. Vander Young production once again. Another one which I think is underrated. Really superb album. Just a real raw, dirty sound to it. The title track, obviously, Love at First Feel, Big Balls, which is, you know, comical. It's got Rocker on here, Problem Child. It's a long way to the top if you want. What am I talking about? There's going to be some rocking. Ain't No Fun Waiting Around to Be a Millionaire. Ride On, which is kind of a bluesier, slower one, and the finished track, which is Squealer, which I think is like excellent as well. But yeah, love this album, hence it being my number 2. Mark Evans, Phil Rudd on bass and drums as well. Massively underrated album, Dirty Deeds. Yeah, vintage AC/DC. My number 1 album, which if you've watched my original AC/DC video, you'll know is Let There Be Rock from 1977. Evans and Rudd on bass and drums. Just an absolute banger from start to finish. Go Down, Dog Eat Dog, Let There Be Rock, Bad Boy Boogie, Problem Child, which is repeated from Dirty Deeds. Originally didn't have that on it, it had Crab City in Blue, which you can get is on the Backtracks CD, so that's worth having for that. Overdose, which is a classic track. Exodus did a cover of that on Fabulous Disaster, but the original obviously is better. Hell Ain't a Bad Place to Be and Whole Lot of Rosie. It's an absolute start to finish stormer of an album. Really raw sound. Just I think they're pinnacle. Absolute fantastic album. So that's my number 1, without a shadow of a doubt. Let There Be Rock from 1977. If you disagree, you're probably wrong, to be fair, but let me know what you think in the comments below. And that's my AC/DC ranking. So let me know what you think. Like and subscribe to my channel, and I will catch you all next time for my will be my Anthrax ranking. So see you for that one. Take it steady.